Hello dear students of class 4 and welcome to yet another online class of science. Dear students, last time we started chapter 3 and I gave you an introductory video. Today from there we will be talking about digestive system in detail. For that we will follow the entire digestive system through a diagram. Now dear children, I am not very perfect at drawing, but I'll try to give you as exact description as possible when it comes to diagram, which will be followed by detailed explanation. So pay heed. All right. So starting for digestive system, human body. Right now, last time when I gave you the introductory video, I told you in the very beginning that the digestive system, the process of digestion starts as soon as we put the food in our mouth. As soon as we put the food in our mouth, the digestive system process starts. The process starts with the very teeth grinding, crushing and turning the food into a pulp. Now in order to make this pulp swallowable, in order to ensure that the pulp goes down easy, it gets mixed with saliva. We have salivary glands in our mouth which secrete saliva, which is also known as thu. This mixes up with the food, and not only it makes the food soft, right? It makes the food soft and easy to swallow. It also starts the digestive process right there. All right. Now once the food has been taken in and the mouth, the saliva and the teeth have done their work, the food moves down through what is known as food pipe. But remember children, food pipe is a local term. It is something which has been used to make it easy. The actual term for this particular organ of digestive system is esophagus. OESOPHAGUS. Esophagus. Okay, not oesophagus. Esophagus. All right. Esophagus, in local terms, it is also known as food pipe. Now once the food has been swallowed, food slowly moves down through this food pipe and goes to the stomach. Okay, goes to the stomach. Now dear children, before we reach the stomach, let me tell you this. Food doesn't directly fall down. As soon as you swallow it, food doesn't go directly from here and food directly doesn't drop into the stomach. It moves slowly by the process called peristalsis. The process is known as peristalsis. Peristalsis, peristalsis. Now how peristalsis works, let me explain this to you. See, as soon as we swallow a block of food, the upper section, the upper muscles of the esophagus, they close, whereas the lower section of the esophagus opens. This way, food slides down in the gap. Then again, the upper section of the esophagus, it closes. The lower section of the esophagus opens up and food slides down. This way, slowly, food moves down. This is one reason food needs to be chewed very well. Because if you have not chewed the food properly, if it is not been made soft enough, there's a very good chance the food will get jammed into the esophagus. You will have difficulty in breathing, swallowing, and you may have to take up a lot of water in order to lubricate the food and make it go down, which is not an easy process, let me tell you. So whenever you are chewing the food, take your time. With the quantity that you have put in your mouth, make sure that the food has been properly torn and ground by the teeth and it has been mixed with saliva very well. then only swallow it. All right. Now that process which I told you about is peristalsis. Peristalsis. Peristalsis, movement of food down the esophagus. Now, like I told you, food after moving down the esophagus, it reaches the stomach. It reaches the stomach. All right. Now, in stomach, the real digestion starts. Okay, the first real digestion starts in the stomach. Now, in order to help the stomach with achieving proper digestion, there are two more organs. One is here, known as pancreas, and another one is here, known as liver. Okay, see, stomach, it already has its own organic acid, organic hydrochloric acid, which helps in the digestion of food. Now, in order to help with further digestion, all right, pancreas secretes pancreatic juice and liver secretes bile. These both give out their juices. Liver secretes bile, B-I-L-E, bile, and pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, pancreatic juice. All right, both liver and pancreas, they also throw in their juices in the stomach itself, which helps in further digestion. Now here the food gets digested. Okay, now whatever the undigested part of the food is there, it moves down to intestine. Now most of you know that there are two intestines out there. Two intestines out there. Large intestine, the big one, and small intestine, the one in the middle. The outer thick layer of the intestine is large intestine and the inner mushy layer is the small intestine. Now many students in the beginning, they think that food from here, since large intestine is up, so food moves to small intestine, large intestine. That's wrong. After digestion in the stomach, food doesn't go to large intestine. Food goes to small intestine. Remember this one. After digestion in the stomach, food goes to small intestine. Final digestion of food takes place in the small intestine, and whatever nutrients are there present in the food, here only they are taken up. Okay, because the small intestine has small finger-like projections known as villi, V-I-L-L-I, villi. All right, the villi, it sucks the nutrient from the digestive food and it passes it into the blood, which carries it to the rest part of the body. Now remember this, final digestion of the food takes place in the small intestine. Once the food is digested in the small intestine, only two things are left: the fecal matter and water. And then the food passes to the large intestine. In large intestine, water is absorbed, sucked from there, and only thing that remains is the solid fecal matter, which is stored in the large intestine, and time to time, depending on the pressure, it passes out of the small hole here known as rectum. So dear children, once again I would like to tell you this: the organs involved in digestive system: mouth, esophagus, that is food pipe. You have stomach, liver, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, and rectum. All right. With all this, our food, whatever we take in, gets digested. All right. And every organ here needs to be taken care of, both in terms of cleanliness as well as health. All right. Both in terms of cleanliness as well as health. The food out, the organs out here of the digestive system, they need to be taken care of. Now, children, if you have understood digestive system, we will move on with the excretory system. Now, children, the process by which the waste material gets thrown out of our body is known as excretory system. Now, major organs involved in excretory system are two bean-shaped kidneys, followed by okay, you have two bean-shaped kidneys. Now remember, kidneys are the main organs of excretory system. Like stomach is the main organ for digestive system, kidney is the main organ for excretory system. Now, both the kidneys have a pipe through which they are connected to urinary bladder. This urinary bladder ends up, the opening of the urinary bladder is known as urethra. Okay, and the pipes which connect urinary bladder to the kidneys is known as ureters. Okay, so kidney is the main organ for the filtration of waste. It from the blood, it takes up all the waste, filters it up and keeps the waste here, which it passes down to the urinary bladder through the pipes known as ureters. Okay, once through the pipes it has gone to the ureter, the waste sits here till the urinary bladder is filled up, and once the urinary bladder is properly filled up, the waste is thrown out of the body through the opening known as urethra. Remember, I am talking about the liquid waste here, that is urine. All right, that is urine. So once again I am telling you the major organs involved in excretory system: kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and the opening known as urethra. Spelling wise, KIDNEYS, kidneys. Two kidneys, bean shaped, function filtering the waste. All right, then you have ureters, URETERS, ureters. Remember, they will be plural because there are two ureters. Okay, and both have one purpose only, to transport the waste material, the liquid waste, okay, which has been converted to urine. It is transported from kidneys to the urinary bladder through the pipes known as ureters. Once they have reached the through ureters, once they have reached the urinary bladder, the urinary bladder stores it. Okay, URINARY, urinary, BLADDER, bladder. The urinary bladder stores the urine, and once the urinary bladder is full, it can't take no more, the urine has to be thrown out through the opening of urinary bladder, which is known as urethra. U-R-E-T-H-R-A, urethra. So dear children, these are the two diagrams for digestive system as well as excretory system. If you have your book, from the book you will draw it in your science notebook, label all the parts and learn it also. All right, this is your homework, and this only marks the end of the chapter. This is the concluding video. Thank you very much. Stay safe.